Welcome to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. Cities in the Philippines where foreigners are not seen as celebrities or rock stars. You know, big deal. In these places, there's a preconceived opinion or judgment about foreigners, real or unreal. Most of it's negative, and it's like you're shunned, really. Big deal. And some people like that. Some people just want to come over here and fit in. They don't want to be stared at. They just want to be treated like everybody else. But some people, they think wherever they go, Filipinos are supposed to roll out the red carpet, and treat you special. And I just want to talk about this today. It came across my mind because I remember me and John used to talk, and he said, I don't like going to Dumaguete. And I'm like, well, why? He said, because they're not friendly to me as they are in San Carlos City. And he said, I don't know what that is. Maybe because they see foreigners all the time or something. And I never gave it any thought for real. But he makes a great point, because when I go to Dumaguete, and Dumaguete's on the list, I don't feel that warm and welcoming hospitality that I do here in San Carlos City and other places. It's almost like, you're in my way. It's like, especially when you're in tricycles. I've heard Filipinos say this before. They don't like us in Dumaguete because we take up all the tricycles. Because normally when we're in a tricycle, there's only one person there. So a lot of times when you're in a tricycle and you pass somebody who's trying to get a tricycle, the tricycle driver will go like this. And they hold that against us. A lot of people in Dumaguete do. We're no big deal there. And, this isn't a bad thing. I'm just saying that you get all these videos out here about, the welcoming you're going to get in the Philippines. And for the most part, it's true. But these cities I'm going to talk about today, big deal. The first is Angeles City, of course. There's a bunch of foreigners up there, and they see us all the time. It's always in a negative light. Everybody's there for a walking street, Red Street, or whatever it is. We're there to take advantage of the women. We're there to, to participate in their red light district and all the shenanigans that go along with that. And you see, you always hear about people getting drunk up there and, fighting and different things like that. Okay? But Angeles City's number one. Metro Manila's number two. And me and Marilyn talk about this all the time. We just left Metro Manila when I flew into Metro Manila. It just seems like people are under so much pressure there. And you can notice the difference in attitude in Manila even in Cebu, certainly San Carlos City. So people aren't as nice to you as they are here in Manila. And I always ask Merle, I said, do you notice that? I mean, it's almost like, I don't know, man. It's just annoying. It's just a feeling that I get. And I like Manila. But I know that they're not going to roll out the red carpet for me. Too much is going on up there. And there's foreigners all over the place there. And, we got a bad reputation, guys. Let's face it. We're trying to, get rid of that. Replace that with something good. But remember, it's a preconceived opinion and judgment, whether it's real or not. Most of it is not even based on actual experience. Most Filipinos don't even have no experience with foreigners. They just see you from a distance. But Metro Manila, Cebu, is becoming more and more like, oh well, there's no big deal as far as foreigners are concerned. Not that they're going to treat you bad or anything, but we're stumbling over each other there. They've seen us before. We're not the new show in town anymore. And a lot of guys get this, see, I always tell people when you come to the Philippines, I used to say results may vary, but in actuality, results will vary. It's a big difference. Where if I say results may vary, it means there's a possibility that your experience in the Philippines is not going to be what you expected. Where if I say results will vary, there's a certainty that your experience is not going to be, it's not going to meet the expectations. And so that's why a lot of guys, when they come here, they fly into Manila, they fly into Cebu, and it's not this red carpet treatment that bloggers talk about. Well, give it some time. We've been coming to Cebu for a long time, man, and it's just, it's nothing new, guys. If you want that rock star celebrity feel, you got to get away from these urban cities. One thing you're gonna notice, the cities I'm talking about, they're all urban cities. They've seen you 1,000 times before. If you really want to get that warm and welcoming rock star treatment, you got to come to a place like San Carlos City. Buy your wine. These little bitty smaller places. Zamboanga. Well, not Zamboanga. Zamboanguita. Down by Dumaguete, I'm sorry. This is where you get the rock star treatment, where people literally do not come in contact with foreigners at all. When they see you or deal with you, they really have to sharpen their English skills and dust them off because they just don't use them. But yeah, Cebu. And then of course Dumaguete, I talked about Dumaguete. Dumaguete, the people there are sort of sophisticated. And I'm going to tell you why. There's a lot of colleges there. So you're going to see a lot of younger people. They're not impressed by you. Most of the people come from good families. They don't look at us the way maybe someone from the province would look at you. Okay? You're basically ignored. You're shunned, really. And I don't know, I know I'm going to get pushed back. This is just an opinion of mine. It's not really a bad thing. I'm just telling you that in certain parts of the Philippines, you're looked at differently. See, I'm like a celebrity here. If I go to Cebu, people ain't looking at me. They're going somewhere or coming from somewhere. They're just too busy. It's no big deal. They see people like me all the time. But yeah, Dumaguete is on that list. And then all the rest of them, any urban city, you can start going. But I'm just talking about the ones I have experience with. Bacolod, Cagayan de Oro. Now, if you do go down to Zamboanga City, that's different. Even though that's an urban city, yeah, because, for obvious reasons, foreigners aren't all over the place down there. So you still get that rock star treatment. People are going to stare at you. All the way till you put the food in your mouth. But for the most part, certainly the women in these urban cities, man, they're paying you no attention, really. Okay? You're not the new kid in town anymore. You're not the show anymore in these urban cities. And this is going to come as a shock to a lot of the new guys watching these videos. But to people who've been coming here for a while, who live here now, they know exactly what I'm talking about. One size doesn't fit all. When you hear people talking about the Philippines and everything, their experiences, it's their experiences. That's all. You got to make your own way over here. Remember, they give you that ball of clay, ladies and gentlemen. And you can fashion the lifestyle, any lifestyle you want out of that ball of clay the Philippines gives you, along with the free money. But I wanted to talk about this, because I was thinking about John today, and he always used to say that. He doesn't like Dumaguete, even though I like Dumaguete. I love it there. He said, Cal, they're not friendly, I guess because they see foreigners all the time. And he made a great point. I couldn't see it at the time. This is like in 2020, 2021 he said that. But I know exactly what he's talking about now. And if you get like the cold shoulder, don't take it personal. It's just thousands of people come before you. They've seen it all before. You're nothing new. But come to San Carlos City. Okay? And you will see that you're like a celebrity here, really. Okay. So thank y'all so much for stopping by. I wanted to put that out there because there's so many expectations, there's so many different opinions about the Philippines. And I just always like to give my little take on it. You know, I still feel welcome here. I'm just not a rock star in Manila. I'm not a rock star in Angeles City. Some people want to come over here and be, you know, Keith Richards. That's like my buddy Mo said. And some of you going to say, oh, I'm Keith Richards wherever I go. Well, that's your experience. I'm telling you, man. In Cebu, you know, I'm not Mick Jagger and all those guys. But in certain places, I am. In Zamboanga City, I certainly am. San Carlos City, I certainly am. And other places. So, you know, don't get discouraged. Just kind of keep this in your mind. That's why I'm telling it to you. You know, I try to talk about real life stuff. You know, a lot of you guys, you land here in Manila, you land here in Cebu, and that's all you go. That's it. You don't go anywhere else. You form your whole opinion of the Philippines off those two urban cities. It's a whole lot to see over here, guys. Okay? So if you're in the Philippines, if you're in America, wherever you are, find it in your heart to help somebody. Not a day goes by and I don't help somebody. The meet and greet is Saturday. It's 2 days from today. We're going to have a good time. Rain or shine. You can swim. We're going to have food. We're going to have karaoke. We're going to have I hired a lady to come and sing a few songs. I think she's going to do a set for us. It's all free. Everybody's invited. You come. Carmel's Inn and Restaurant from 4 to 8 to meet each other, not to meet me. Because it's a rainy season. But it doesn't matter. It's officially rainy season. It's been raining more in San Carlos City since I've been here for 6 years. There's not a day goes by I don't help somebody, guys. I promise you. Because if I don't know anything else, I'm just one thing for sure. When we help other people, we help ourselves. Take care. Stay safe. Stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Don't think that you're going to be a celebrity everywhere you go in the Philippines. Filipinos in those urban cities, they've been there, they've done that. You're nothing special. They'll walk right by you. They never give you a second look. That's just how it is. Don't feel bad about it. If you get the cold shoulder there, now you know why. We've got a reputation that precedes us, guys. I've been coming here on and off for 16 years. Even before I came, 16 years is nothing. But how long foreigners been coming to the Philippines? We already have this reputation. There's already this preconceived opinion and judgment about foreigners. And most of it is negative. And it's not based on actual experience. Most Filipinos don't even come in contact with foreigners. A lot of places that you go, they've got to dust off their English skills. They got to take it off the shelf. Okay? Because they just don't use it. So take care, everybody. I'll see y'all next time.
Morning.
Hey, man, buntag.